There's a present and there's a future, which we all have a past and a present and a future. But most of us have a past. Some of us have a future, but not everybody has a present. I'm gonna ask you 3 questions. And at the end of my story, I'm gonna go over my 3 questions. My first question is, where are you now? What are you focusing on? And who are you developing into? Now, I have 3 things that I want you to repeat after me. Say, I am connecting with my identity.
I am connecting with my identity.
I am connecting with my purpose.
I am connecting with my purpose.
And I am connecting with my present moment.
And I am connecting with my present moment.
Because I want you to be present. Now I'm going to be speaking to you about my childhood, how I grew up, and where I am now because of God. So my name is Daniel Lopez. I come from a gang, street, institutionalized background. For most of you who do not really, familiar with the word institutionalized to me it means when you become a number, when you grew up in the system. So, at the age of 5, my parents were divorced. I had to grow up with 2 separate parenting, constantly moving. Even though I was very young, I noticed. At the age of 7, it finally came to a stop. The year 1997, which was also the greatest year of rap, gangster rap era. Just thought I'd throw it in there. However, at 7 years old, I got introduced to pornography. I discovered this remarkable VHS. I noticed there was nothing on it. Decided to put it in the VHS. Those of you not familiar with VHS, this rectangle thing. However, as I pressed play, suddenly, I felt these feelings going through my veins. Never felt before. All of a sudden, I was aroused. I was amazed. Then I started getting confused. Did not know why these 2 individuals in a screen was having sex. Then I thought to myself, this is what everybody does when no one's looking. So ever since that day, I became addicted to pornography. Not just addicted to that, to alcohol, drugs, and violence. Now you may say, what we look at and what we hear, it doesn't matter. But what you look at and what you hear consumes you. If you look at it long enough, you will become it. If you listen to long enough, it will minister to you. Now, because of this, I became a tough, dark, and loveless person. Did not know that I was a tough, dark, loveless person at a very young age. So a lot of people think that purity, it's you just being a virgin, or waiting to have sex before marriage. or typical is just for women. But no, purity has to come from your heart. It's a lot more than an intercourse, a lot more than emotional, a lot more than let's have fun. See, when you have an impure heart, you make everything normal. You see everything normal. There's nothing wrong with anything. But when you start to heal, when you start to work in your heart and realize that that's not who you are, you can change that tough, dark, loveless person within you. Fast forward to the year of 2003. I was 12 years of age. I was a very athletic boy. Started playing tennis, joined a flag football team, joined a swim team, then I started playing lacrosse, and last but not least, hockey. Yes, the Latino playing hockey. So, in order for me to get to where I was going, I had to walk through a block. I had to walk through a street. I had to walk through a crowd of people who seemed to be enjoying themselves and seemed way better than my hockey team. So at the age of 16, I became what I will call myself a top-notch hockey player. So during that period of time of my life, I was being athletic, but I also was living another life. Do you remember how I said I used to walk through a block? I used to walk through a street, and I used to walk through a crowd of people. In order for me to get picked up to where I was going and play hockey. They became my friends. They were always there for me. They always have my back. And they always showed me love that I did not have. I said, maybe I can still be loved by them, hang with them, and pursue my career. So I received a scholarship at the age of 16. I would say not the best player of the team, but the fastest player of the team. So in order for me to get the puck on the other side of the opponent's team, it had to be me. But there was something stopping me from making my practices, from staying healthy. I started to consume alcohol, started to consume drugs, I started to consume pornography, I started to consume violence. My coach, Les, knew I was doing drugs, knew I was using alcohol, and knew I was hanging around with the wrong crowd. He will always tell me, Daniel, stay away from those people. They're limiting your growth. At the time, I did not know what he meant. I said, "No, I'll be fine. I'll be okay. I will continue to come to practices." Finally, I became incarcerated. Right when we were about to go out of state to play. So I was up and down California playing different cities. Our team finally made the state champs. We were going out of state. But because I had a tough, dark, loveless personality, I could not leave my career. I could not lead my career, I meant. So just think of time back in your life when you had a tough, dark, loveless personality. It is because of that most of us in our young childhood don't become who we really are. We start projecting somebody that we are not. That's what I was doing. I was pretending to be a hockey player, healthy hockey player. Had nothing wrong with me. Everything was going great. And I was very happy where I was at. In reality, I was a tough, dark, loveless person. Since I lost my scholarship, I started not caring about life. So I figured, this is who I really am then. This is what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. I started going in and out of prison. It became my home. Being out here in the free world was my vacation. It was mentioned before today in a talk. That's all we know. That's all we do. And we will brag about it. It's true. We will time ourselves within each other. How long do you think you'll be out this time? Give it about 4 months. It finally came to a stop. I was in a 4-year relationship at 25 years old. I had a child. I seen him born. I was with him for 1 week. Got to feed him, got to make him burp, got to change some diapers. Within that week, I was arrested. Did not know it would be my last. When I was released, I had found God in my life. I was a changed man, but I was scared of life. Because I was believing the lies of society. I was believing the lies of my family. I was believing the lies of people. That I'm just a number. That I'm just a tough, dark, loveless person. But when I knew my identity, when I knew my purpose, and when I connected with my present moment, I became who I am. Yes, there is a God who created heaven and earth. And he is the God of earth and the God of the universe. Not religion, not a building, a relationship. That's what I found. It helped me become the person who I am now. It helped me to continue to move forward. It helped me to continue to stand and forget about my past. Now, those 3 questions that I had for you. Where are you now? What are you focusing on? And who are you developing into? Are you in your past? Are you in your future? No. You're in your present moment. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on your past? Or are you focusing on your future? Nope. You're focusing on your present moment, which is why you're here. And who are you developing into? Are you developing into your past? Or are you developing into your future? No. You're developing into the next best version of yourself, which includes for you to being present here. I'm here to change your perspective. I'm here to change your point of view. I'm here to change your mindset. Some of us are too focused on our past. Some of us are too focused on our future that we forget our present moment. See, because I was pondering in my past, I couldn't get to my future. I couldn't get to become a hockey player that I wanted to be. I was too focused on my future. And I was pondering in my past of why I was introduced to all these things while I was young. But when I became to my present moment, I realized my real identity, my real purpose, which is not me playing hockey. Definitely not what I was doing in the past. It is me being here present with you in my God moment to share with you that you need to be present. There's so much going around the world. We focus on, oh, who's president? Oh, who's fighting over here? Stay present. Focus on your identity. Focus on your purpose. Focus on who you are. You know many times when you're driving in the freeway and then you see somebody with a flat tire or something happens on the side of the road and then all of a sudden everybody's going slow. And you're like, there might be a crash. There's no crash. As soon as you get to the point where all the cars are going slow, from there and on, the highway's free. But everybody slowed down just to see what was happening on the side of the road. See, some of us are so focused on other people's lanes. Look at him. Look at her. Look where they are. I want to be where they are. When you have the whole lane in front of you empty, waiting for you, waiting for your identity, waiting for your purpose to take off. I'll say it again. It was mentioned yesterday. I want to do what I want to do. I want to find my purpose. Be comfortable in what I want to do. Not what I'm doing now. And it spoke to me. I was like, wow. That's what I used to say. I want to do something that I want to do. Not what I'm doing now. I mean, I know I'm making good money, but it's like, that's not what I want to do. Many times in our lives, we're 1 foot in and 1 foot out. The reason why I had a past and a future, because I was 1 foot in my past, I was 1 foot in my future. When I became all in my present, I became free. I no longer had to project somebody that I was not with a crowd of people. I no longer had to play with a hockey team that I did not enjoy just because I was fast. They needed me. I didn't need them. So I figured, maybe this is what I want to do. Maybe this is who I'm supposed to be. Get to the NHL because they need somebody quick. They need somebody quick to bring the puck up there so they can score, not me. Pass the puck, Daniel. We scored. They get the glory, I don't. So-and-so number, so-and-so scored, passed by Daniel. Now, I'm not saying I wanted the glory. All I'm saying is be a real teammate. We're a team. Tell me, good job out there. That's all I wanted to hear. Now, we need you. What happened? Why didn't you come to practice? See, it's very important to find out who you are. Because we will be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. We will try to stay in because they need us. Or we will be out 1 foot because I want to please my crowd. See, I am in my present moment. Yes, I'm human. Yes, there's worries about what's going to happen tomorrow. Yes, I'm worried about what I did not do yesterday. But it's not going to change anything if I worry about tomorrow. It's not going to change anything if I try to fix what I didn't do yesterday. The only thing that's going to change is if I stay present. My decisions that I make today will change on tomorrow. I'll leave you with this. What you focus on develops. What you observe, that's what you will become. Now, what I would love for you to get out of my story is this. Stay present, because your mindset produces what's in front of you. Thank you very much.